Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
But why don't we get into what we like talking about, around here. It's that time to talk about Bachelor stuff on our show. Yes, this show provides all the Bachelor drama that you are, wanting on the off season. But before we get talking about Bachelor Nation, YouTube, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content, just like this. And if you just did, oh wow, what? Woo-wee! Huge shout out to you! Woo-wee! Air horns for you. We got a shout out to our comment crew, and that's the people that are leaving comments below on our YouTube videos because they are very special and dear to our heart. And you can get a shout out too. All you got to do is leave a comment on this video. Give us a subscribe. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. You guys have been, I'm living for y'all. And everyone hitting that thumbs up button because it gets to more people. And, we just want to, get a bigger crew. Speaking of crews, our OG crew, the Nancy Drew crew, shout out to Catherine Ann, Chelsea Allen, Kathleen Kent, and Marion SP. Returning in the comments section, we got Beth Wanger, and then we also got Beverly ROG 3000 and Patriot Lady. What? And new to the comments, we got new Chastine Siegel and Teresa Chagares and Michaela KO. So welcome to the
out.
Yeah,
Michaela.
knock out. Welcome to the conversation, guys. Welcome to the family. I'm looking forward to seeing and having comments with you guys back and forth. And, we had a lot of good thoughts, I think we're going to start moving into a direction of like having the comment of the week. We're not going to start it this week because I want to let you guys know about the comment of the week so y'all can just really put your all into your comment. And then we'll showcase it here on the show and just kind of discuss it, especially here during the off season. And we got a couple new ideas coming for the Bachelorette and stuff too. So I'm excited about those.
Right.
While we're at it, just to get the stuff out of the way, we got our full podcast available everywhere you listen to podcasts. So this is just one part of our podcast that you're seeing on YouTube. I would say this is like a third of our podcast, right?
Yeah.
So we got another 2/3 for you to listen to anywhere that you're like on the go, in the supermarket or in your car or at work, trying to just get, a little distraction out the way. Hopefully not too much because jobs are important right now. And and then also, it's just a link below in our description where you can check us out. You can find us everywhere on Instagram. We're on Spotify. We got a playlist. You can listen to music if you ever need to throw it on in a party. We got a lot of fun stuff. So just, if you got a question, ask. And, we're enjoying you guys. So enough of that, V. We're a week out since the finale of The Bachelor. And what's been going on in Bachelor Nation? A lot of ups and downs for me. Speaking of news coming out and April Fools and everything happening, I got duped.
You got duped bad.
I got duped pretty bad. But that's because I don't know. I'm just not I'm not a big April Fools person.
I love April Fools. I used to be big in April Fools as a kid and teenager and stuff. I would do stuff around my house. I'd do stuff to my brothers. I would whatever.
We
I
talked
feel
about this in previous years, but we had only one real joke in our family, and that was to put a rubber band around the dish hose thing.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
when you
yeah.
turn on the water, it would squirt you. That's the only one, and it was whoever got there first could just take claim of it. But it was always funny, and it was one of those ones where you could just you just keep forgetting it's there. So yeah, those are always cool. Did you have any popular April Fool's jokes in the house growing up?
So I did one. My mom got really pissed. I would sometimes put stuff in the toes of my brother's shoes, so then they would think that their shoes didn't fit. This is when they're younger. So they'd be like, "What's happening?" And then I used some of that disappearing ink before to make stuff look bad. I would sometimes use the saran wrap over the cup, like the tops of the whatever, like shampoo, body wash. So then like you're like, this is full. Like, how come it's not coming out?
Wow.
I've done, just some well-placed whoopee
Is this like really
cushions.
stuff that would ruin people's days for a second? And
Yeah,
you don't
like-
even know that it's happening to them and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, no. And then I did one that was like kind of funny. So like my mom in our laundry room and our like family house has like little doll clothes as like a curtain, just like kind of like a cutesy curtain. I like replaced it with my clothes one day just to like like for
silly.
1 year. Like I've done like I've never gone to the lengths of like doing like the food, like where you know, like I don't know, like you make food look like something that it's not, or like where you I don't know, like put cream cheese in a deodorant stick and then people are like trying to put on cream cheese deodorant, and I haven't gone that far. I got close to doing some of that shit, but I never really went that far. But
Wow, you got a laundry list of, and no pun intended, of jokes that you've played. Well, explain to their listeners how I got duped this weekend.
So as you know, as everybody should know, April Fool's Day on the internet these days is, brands like to do stuff on it. People like to do stuff on it. I think it's become very popular, especially like I know Baby Becca from Ari season. She does like a different like influencer inspired April Fool's like post every year. Like this year, she pretended that she was sending her like toddlers to toddler boarding school. And like she pretty much it's fascinating because it's like, what, like she definitely does it to like get these people, like to get people up in arms because like she's an influencer. So she's like, one year it was like baby tanning oil and stuff like that. So like she definitely,
And a year is like a perfect amount of time for you to forget like last year that this happened.
right. Right. And especially if you're already an influencer and you are like showing different things of your life. And like for her, because she has her young kids and she does show a different like thing about like how she is like doing like how she wants to do homeschooling or like whatever stuff like that. Or it could seem, it could seem like that. But friend of the show, comPODre Kelly Johns, known for her different Bachelor Nation parody videos and just general, in the know of Bachelor Nation. She's been involved in some stuff with us. She's in the scene of all of that. She posted how she was the new co-host of the Clickbait podcast. That is a Bachelor Nation podcast with Grocery Store Joe. And you sent it to the account as if it were real.
No. Did you think that I thought it was real, or at first did you think that I was like, oh look, like this is like look what she did? Because it was because of my comment. I wrote like, congratulations, Kelly. That's where I was like, duped. Otherwise, would you have known? Did you think that I thought that was real, or did you?
Yeah, because I saw your comment, so I thought you thought it was real. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, when you said it was April Fool's joke, I was just like, damn it. I had to go
because
back.
she did something similar last year. I remember she did do something like that. She was going to be a host last year. Her thing was that she was going to be one of the guest hosts for Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, no, but I honestly think she would be a great co-host for that show.
Right. And even Grocery Store Joe commented on it being all like, you even got me, like you fooled me, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, she made it official. It was a good April Fool's joke, very Bachelor related. So I thought it would be funny to let y'all know.
Yeah,
at my
I mean,
expense.
I think it's an interesting time to be on the internet on April Fool's Day because, I mean, I guess maybe I'll say it now, I guess, but a friend of ours, a shout out to Zach Sims, a shout out to Sims, as we know, he proposed to his now fiance on April Fool's Day, and I think that's a bold choice because you could post that kind of stuff on the internet, and a lot of people will be like looking at the date, looking at the calendar, being all like, "Is this for real?" And like, I mean,
it's a rough day. It's
It's honestly, it's on brand for him.
Yeah. I mean, that would be just like mean to that would be mean to do for the his girl.
Who you're proposing to and stuff.
Like, it's just a weird joke to do together.
It definitely, yeah. And there's been a lot of things in recent years about how people who do like fake pregnancy announcements and how that's kind of problematic on April Fool's Day, because, there are plenty of people who struggle.
Yeah, like my brother's birthday is on on April 20th, but he has it on his Facebook as April 1st. So like every year on April 1st.
So that's like his like running April Fool's joke is getting a bunch of people to say happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
On not his birthday.
Exactly.
And then like,
And then my mom.
Because then everyone, because it starts a thing. Because like once you see something, everybody will be like, oh my God, I'm so like happy belated. Like I didn't mean to miss your birthday. Like blah, blah, blah. And then it's all like, got your ass.
I mean, that could go so many ways too. Like, people could be posting just a nice picture of them and their family, and someone could have like, passed away and stuff. Like, it's just like very confusing sometimes. You're like, oh, you got to read these captions and everything, like to really.
You got to read things,
Yeah, but even if you do read things like Kelly Johns, like you got to go into the hashtags and stuff. Like, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, some April Fool's fun. Hopefully y'all got fooled. Y'all are fools with us. So
yeah, hopefully you guys aren't too much of fools.
Nah, no way. They're watching this. So what else been going on in Bachelor Nation? So
news dropped earlier last week, or I guess like last week-ish, about how the Bachelor creator, Mike Fleiss, is leaving the franchise. And at first it just seemed like, well, for me personally, I knew it couldn't just be like, just chill, he's leaving. Because he's stuck it out through a lot of these situations. And he's also known for being an instigator for a lot of the bad situations that the show has, perpetuated. And so I was like, something has to be up here. And I guess there are it's allegations of racial discrimination. There's an investigation happening around that behind, like, I guess some different reports on his behavior about bullying, pushing back when folks wanted to, do more diverse contestants, and how he would lash out, and how he pretty much said that like minorities don't, minorities don't get ratings, how he didn't want to have different things, and just like how he would obviously just go under the rug with some of the racist issues that we've been seeing. And obviously I feel like this season was the first season that we really saw the host, Jesse, make note of how things haven't been handled well. And we actually saw like during Women Tell All how things were explained, handled, and talked about. And I mean, I don't really know if that was in spite of Mike Fleiss and maybe other folks that have been hired in the wake of like all the different, things.
I mean, this is all calculated. I feel like
right.
with Jesse doing that stuff, and then like the next day the Mike Fleiss news comes out. Like, you don't think that that's like a calculated move?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't see it until just now when you broke it down like that. But like, yeah, it definitely feels like it's just very interesting timing for the show to like take this. Like, I mean, it could be a way of them like being like, now we can actually say this because this dude's on the outs, and he tried to like kind of leave on like, it seemed like to go out with like in the public eye in good terms, but then very, very quickly, like the truth came out about it also.
Right. Well, it seemed like, he was just trying to be all like, it's time for me to move on. Like, I've given this much of my life. Like, it's time for it to get new life. And it's like, oh no, like we needed to get new life because this is how you've been running it. And I think especially with Charity season being filmed right now, and like Charity is a Black woman, I think.
I wonder if that was a calculated move too. Like,
I mean,
I don't know. It's just like it just like seems like too like
everything's just like a little too right.
Yeah.
Too right.
And it's funny too because like it's really these type of discussions that kind of like clear the smoke a little bit, like to be able to see like, I know what you guys are doing, and even though it's for the better, like, I guess it's for the better. It's just like, it's all just seems kind of convenient timing for it all to be happening right now and stuff. And it's just like, I mean, that's the magic of marketing and stuff. It's just like, you know, it might slip under people's noses, like majority of people and everything, you know?
Right. I mean, and I'm sure a majority of people also, you know, probably took whatever his first statements as he was leaving at that, and then wouldn't even think to look more into it until more things come out. And it is interesting that this came out right before, like it came out like the day before April Fool's. So then there were some people, like some of the different creators that we follow in the Bachelor space, some of them were making like some kind of jokes about it because of just like Mike Fleiss's reputation and Chris Harrison's reputation about them like starting a podcast and like, you know, kind of like around their stuff. So definitely, which a lot of people would probably take seriously and think that was just, you know, A-okay. But I think it's interesting for sure.
They were saying like Chris Harrison and Mike Fleiss are starting a podcast together.
Yeah.
You know, I think Chris Harrison had a lot of stuff to say about that firing and stuff. I think I didn't really totally look into it, but it was kind of sounding like he was saying that Mike Fleiss is one of the reasons why, you know, he wouldn't come back to the show. You know, if he was asked to come back and stuff.
Which that's also a calculated thing for Chris Harrison to say too, because I mean, of course he could easily then align himself with, you know, with being like, oh yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm on the right side of this.
Yeah.
Because like, you know.
Yeah, he's had his own issues, so I'm not taking anyone's word over there. But yeah, interesting. What else we got going on?
So, you know, these reality, you know, multiverses, if you will, really running close circles. And I feel like we've seen this in different things, or we've seen even just within the Bachelor franchise, we've seen, you know, folks who are friends or siblings or whatever from prior seasons, like then their friends or sisters or whoever get on like whatever other seasons. And but this one it's across different universes, and it's the Netflix versus the Bachelor Nation universes, and that is with Justin Glaze, who we know from Katie Thurston's season and from Bachelor in Paradise, and we know him from his many funny facial expressions. He has a cousin who is currently on the newest Love is Blind season, and his name is Marshall, which, I mean, I know you've been watching Love is Blind. I haven't been watching it right now, but I need to. I need to catch up. I know enough about it. I need to just actually catch up with it.
Yeah, I mean, to know about it and not watch it, like it's like the drama in there is just like so good. Like the show is good. I was hoping you had watched it so we could talk about it a little bit, like maybe during this section. But
I know. Well, I just haven't had the time to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's been really interesting. Marshall's definitely gonna go into the next couple. I think it's like probably the last part of the episodes that are going to be coming up, because they were breaking up into like 3 episodes at a time.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, I kind of feel for this guy, because it seems like he's going to go through it in the next couple episodes. Definitely has like facial expressions like Justin too.
I saw that he did like a video where he replicated Justin's famous facial expressions that were caught and, you know, aggregated up for the Bachelorette.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, because like there's a lot of big news coming out of it. Like there's these girls, Irina and Micah, who are like the mean girls.
The mean girls, yeah.
Specifically this girl Irina, who has like her own business, and people are just been dogging her online and stuff. And I don't want to say like rightfully so, but like she was horrible on the show. Like it's just
right. And I've been reading about that, and I've been seeing stuff about how like some of them aren't even from Seattle area. I mean, like, which everybody's a transplant. I mean, like that's fine, but it's like maybe they don't even live in like Seattle area, and that's just like where they did the show and like whatever.
Well, I mean, it's probably like one of those things where it's like if you can get to Seattle for like the casting call, like you're within, you know,
yeah, because like I can get like if you're in Portland, that's like the next major city, just a state over. So I get that.
No, it's like acting. It's like acting, like when you're auditioning for something, they'll be like, we want a local hire. When that means like you're signing up for something as a local hire, that means like if they ask you to come like this week and you end up coming and they're like, we have to push the dates to this, you're responsible for like all that stuff because you're considering yourself to be a local hire for this production. So it's like, if you work, you're going to have to drive back and forth from here and there, or, that's all like kind of on you. But yeah, I mean, this girl like just put out like issued an apology, and people are saying it sounds like a ChatGPT apology.
I mean, yeah, which that could be very true, that she could have asked it. I mean, like there's plenty of these people right now who do use ChatGPT or whatever to formulate like their captions and stuff like that. And it's not a good look if what you're saying, that's when you have to then do like a video apology. So
it's just hard because like, I mean, I know it's like editing on the show and stuff, but it's really hard to see someone like you see them like for who they are kind of like on the show. And then they apologize afterwards. And it's just like, of course you're going to apologize because like it's hitting you financially probably. And she's had her comments turned off on everything. Like, just because everyone's just throwing like it's rough out there, but she truly was like one of those like polarizing people on the show where you're like, oh, like you are like kind of being a horrible person. Which
I mean, this show has definitely had many villains, and so saying that and like the fact that it's gotten like this far definitely means something, because there's been plenty of like people who have been villains on Love is Blind or whatever. And I mean, I don't think you've seen such a thing for somebody until now, because I mean,
she's just like the prime example of like love isn't blind. Because I mean, it could be for some people. Like I do enjoy seeing the show like work for like, I mean, it's like any reality show that it's like the chances of it working out are not good, but like you do get people that are like, wow, like there's usually one standout couple that's like,
yeah. Well, who's the original couple from season 1 with it's Cameron and
it's like a white guy and a black girl.
Yeah, what's her name?
I don't know. I don't remember the names of people from this season of The Bachelor. So yeah, I mean, I just had to look up I'm watching the show right now, and I look up who this Marshall guy is. So I wouldn't blame anybody watching this or listening to be like, who are they talking about? But
Cameron and Lauren,
even Justin Glaze, like unless you know that he's known for his facial, you wouldn't know who Justin.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a good show. I would like to talk about like more of like reality love shows that we're watching and stuff in these off-season moments, because
obviously, yeah, I mean, I just have to watch it. I just literally haven't had the time.
I saw another reality TV show. I mean, did you watch The Perfect Match on Netflix?
I only watched bits of it.
Yeah, I really liked it. But there was, I forgot what the girl, what her name is. She's like a Kim Kardashian lookalike on that show.
Francesca,
yeah. So she's from Too Hot to Handle or something.
Yeah.
So she was.
I watched the original Too Hot to Handle, and I watched the second season. Then I couldn't do any more of those.
Yeah, I have to pick and choose which ones I watch. But I got like Duolingo is doing a show with Peacock, where it's called Love Language, and I think it's like they put.
Is that actually real? I think that was also just an ad.
No,
I don't think that's real, bud.
Dude, but that's a great idea for a show.
I know, dude, but I'm pretty sure that's just like an ad.
What I mean, if that's just an ad, like that would be a great idea for a show, because first of all, from conception of like the name. And you put people in a house that don't speak the same languages and stuff, and they have to use this Duolingo.
I don't think it's real. Let's see.
They should make it.
Maybe it's. I feel like it's.
I mean, it was like in partnership.
Maybe coming soon, or is it? Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was like an April Fool's thing.
Whatever. Peacock will
probably / an ad.
I bet you Peacock does it. Because it's a great idea. I think that's like something I would love to see, like to see people that don't speak the same languages go into a house and like have to like spit game, like using an app to like figure out what to say, and you're saying things wrong and stuff. I wonder how that would go. I mean, you get a lot of subtitles on there, but I'm one for subtitles.
This is like reminding me because like me like breaking the news to you that isn't a real thing is reminding me of like the first time we talked about Squid Games on this show. And because you had just started watching, the way you were explaining it at first, I thought it was like a reality, like a challenge or like whatever. And you're like, no, it's a drama. And I was like, oh my God.
The crazy part is that
like,
they did go on to make like a Squid Games type show. That's like
they did.
But no
like
one dies.
a game show.
No one dies. And
But
yeah, I mean, anything else really coming out of Bachelor Nation this week?
No, not that I could see. It seems like, I saw some behind the scenes, no spoiler, but behind the scenes photos of one of Charity's dates. Obviously, it looks like she's still, in the beginnings of her journey. But it looks like they were all in these like crazy costumes and stuff. So I'm intrigued to see,
Wait, do you think that's for the first episode?
I'm guessing it's like at this point, they're past the first episode, but I'm guessing it's for some group day.
Yeah.
But there's a shit ton of dudes still, so I'm guessing it's like the first or second group day.
I was wondering if that would maybe the date where the brother gets to dress up in a crazy costume too. And
maybe.
Like, yeah. Well, yeah. I how many weeks until we get Charity's season?
Well, it's June 26th. So we got.
Damn, we got like 2 months.
Yeah, we got like 2 months.
Well, guys, the videos won't be as long as they have been. When the show's on.
We've got like 12 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, but you're still getting us. You get a little short and sweet. If you want us to discuss something in the next episode, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Are you watching
Give us ideas. Yeah.
Are you watching Love is Blind? Maybe watch it so we can talk about it with you guys and get to know it. What are your thoughts on Mike Fleiss leaving? Do you think the show direction is going to change significantly? What do you think this is going to do for the format?
Maybe for the better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but I wonder if other changes are going to come along with it. And just let us know because I really want to keep conversations going, and I mean maybe we'll just use this time to kind of talk about what we're watching and love dating shows or reality TV.
Yeah, and our reality stuff.
Yeah, so let us know what shows you're watching right now, so maybe we could watch it too and talk about it with you guys. I know Love is Blind is a popular one right now, so I figured let's watch it and talk about it. So
yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, just leave us a comment and make sure you're checking out our podcast because we're about to go into talking about pop culture news. So maybe if you're lucky, I'll keep it on here. Maybe I won't. Maybe that's a next week thing. But yeah, listen to the podcast, guys, and we'll catch you next week. All right.